Begin to rock from side to side. Begin to find an easy seat, either with those legs crossed, your legs out in front of you, maybe your ankles crossed. Once you find that easy seat, just begin to sway from side to side so you're rooted on your hip bones. Begin to either plant your palms on top of your knees or lay the tops of your hands on top of your knees with your palms facing up towards the sky. Begin to close your eyes. Begin to lengthen your back so it's nice and tall. Beginning to bring your chin parallel with the earth. With your eyes closed, beginning to bring your gaze right between your eyebrows where your third eye is located. Beginning to bring your awareness down to your lower belly. And on your next inhale, begin to fill your lungs up with as much air as you possibly can, rounding that belly out like a hot air balloon. And on your next exhale, audible exhale out, pulling your belly button towards your spine. And again, taking a deep inhale through your nose, filling the circumference of your lungs up with as much air as you possibly can. Gently audible exhale out, squeezing all the air out of your lungs. One last time, taking a deep inhale through your nose, noticing your belly rise, your chest rise. And exhale it out. And then allow your breath to return back to its natural breath. Gently flowing in through your nose and gently flowing right back out. Really begin to slow your breath down. Begin to find your breath in your body. Maybe it's down in your lower belly, and as you inhale, noticing how your breath travels from your belly to your chest and your collarbone. And then as you exhale, collarbones to your chest, right back down to your belly. Really begin to find that breath in your body. And once you begin to find that breath, begin to follow that breath. As your breath is slowing down, those thoughts in your mind are beginning to slow down. As you're focusing on your breath, you're beginning to disengage yourself from anything that happened earlier today. Beginning to disconnect yourself from the world outside those doors. Bringing yourself inwards to allow yourself to fully arrive on your mat at this very moment. Couple more deep breaths here. One last inhale in. Sigh out. You can keep your eyes closed or begin to open those eyes. But you're going to just begin to gently wiggle those fingers, wiggle those toes. And then begin to release your chin towards your chest. Bringing those hands down to the sides of your hips. Lengthening that spine as long as you can. On your next inhale, you're going to gently roll that left shoulder to your left ear. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale that right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Take another deep inhale in here as you lengthen that spine. Audible exhale out. On your next inhale, gently bring your head right back to center. Maybe begin to open those eyes if they were closed still. Begin to inhale, floating both hands right up towards the sky. And as you exhale, releasing that right hand or that right forearm down to your mat. Inhale those left fingertips up and exhale over. Inhale, gently drawing that left shoulder back as that gaze is up towards the sky or down towards the earth. Keeping that heart open, shining towards the sky. Taking a deep inhale in, rounding that belly up. Exhale, gently coming right back up to center. Beautiful. Inhale, floating both hands right back up towards the sky. Exhale, that left hand or that left forearm down to your mat. Reaching those right fingertips up and exhale over. Inhale, gently drawing that right shoulder back. And as you exhale, continue to keep pressing that right butt cheek down towards the mat. Feeling the stretch all along the right side of your body. Another deep inhale in. Exhale right back to center. Inhale, floating both hands all the way up. Exhale, planting that left hand on that right knee as you gently plant that right hand right behind your back. Taking a deep inhale in, lengthening that spine as long as you can. Exhale, beginning to gently bring your gaze over that right shoulder. Deep inhale in, feeling that chest rise. Exhale, slowly melting those shoulders away from your ears. One more breath here. On your next exhale, gently returning right back to center. Inhale, floating both hands all the way up. Exhale, bringing that right hand to your left knee, planting that left hand right behind your back. Inhale, growing that spine nice and long. Exhale, that gaze over that left shoulder. Taking a deep inhale and rounding that belly out. Exhale, belly button towards your spine to deepen that twist just a bit more. One more breath here. On your next exhale, gently return right back to center. Maybe shimmy those shoulders, roll out those wrists, make any movements that feel best for you. And when you are ready, begin to gently make your way into a tabletop position. Bringing those hands shoulder distance apart, bringing those knees hip distance apart, drawing those shoulders away from those ears, pressing all 10 fingertips into your mat. On your next inhale, you're going to begin to point that tailbone up for the sky, releasing that belly down, gently bringing your gaze all the way up for cow pose. And then as you exhale, point that tailbone down, really round that upper back and bring your chin towards your chest for cat. Inhale, pointing that tailbone up high, dropping that belly down, bringing that gaze up. Exhale, cat. Point that tailbone down, round that upper back and bring your chin towards your chest. Now go through this 3 or 4 more times, but with your own breath. Moving as gently, as slowly as your body is asking for in this very moment. Or you can begin to make whatever movements organically comes to your body. Whether that be bringing your gaze over from hip to hip, maybe rolling out that neck. This is your practice, so do whatever feels best for you. And whenever you are ready, gently make your way right back to a neutral spine. You're going to begin to tuck those toes. And when you exhale, just slightly hover those knees about an inch away from the earth. Drawing those shoulders away from your ears, keeping that tailbone pointing towards the back of the room. Keeping that gaze down so your neck is nice and long. Take a deep inhale in, rounding the belly out, breathing in all the air you can fit into your lungs. Exhale, belly button towards your spine, squeezing all the air right back out. One more time, inhale in. Audible exhale out. Inhale through the nose. This time on your exhale, you're going to send those hips up and back, either releasing those heels down or softening those knees for downward facing dog. Maybe releasing a cleansing breath. You may begin to pedal out those feet one at a time. Maybe roll out that neck. Soften your shoulders, maybe softening those elbows. Keeping your gaze in between those calves. Double checking you're pressing all 10 fingertips into your mat. Keep sending that tailbone up for the sky. One last breath here, coming to a still down dog. Big inhale through your nose. Side out. On your next inhale, begin to come up onto those tippy toes the very best that you can. Bringing your gaze up towards the top of your mat. And as you exhale, slowly walking those feet all the way up. Keeping those feet about hip distance apart. You're going to bend those knees. You're going to reach for opposite elbows, getting ready for ragdoll. Taking a deep inhale through your nose here. And as you exhale, folding forward. Shaking your head no 1 to 2 times so that neck is nice and soft. Bending those knees as much as you'd like, or with each exhale, maybe beginning to extend those legs. Maybe beginning to sway from side to side. Big inhale through your nose, pointing that tailbone up for the sky. Inside out. Feeling those arms become just a bit heavier. One more breath here. On your next exhale, gently releasing your hands down to the mat, bending those knees, shifting your weight into your heels. Very gently and slowly begin to roll your spine up, bringing your shoulders to your ears, and that head gently coming up, last moving at your pace, gently making your way up into Tadasana. Bringing those big toes to touch space between those heels. Drawing those shoulders back and down. Bringing those arms down to the sides. Pointing that tailbone down. Taking a big inhale in here. And sighing it out. Inhale, beginning to gently float those hands all the way up towards the sky. Bringing those palms to touch for prayer hands. Closing your eyes here, and as you exhale, begin to soften your hands down towards your heart center. Taking a moment here to set an intention for your practice today, whether that be dedicating your practice to someone or something, or having a mantra. Taking a deep inhale through your nose. Side out. On your next inhale, begin to gently float those hands right back up towards the sky. Gently blinking those eyes open. Standing as tall as you can, and as you exhale, beginning to swan dive down into forward fold. Planting those hands down onto the ground. Slightly bending those knees. Inhale your hands to your shins to create a halfway lift. Drawing those shoulders back, shoulder blades to touch, pointing that tailbone towards the back of the room. Keeping that gaze down so that neck is nice and long. Taking another inhale in here. And exhale, folding forward. Bending those knees, shifting your weight into your heels, gently rolling that spine up. Shoulders to ears, head gently coming up last. Right back into Tadasana. Inhale, floating those hands all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, swan, diving right back down into forward fold, leading with that heart. Inhale, bringing those hands to your shins. Keep aiming that tailbone back, shoulder blades to touch, neck is long. Exhale, down into forward fold. Bending those knees, shifting your weight into your heels, gently rolling that spine up. Shoulders to ears, head coming up last. Beginning to float those hands up towards the sky, bringing those palms to touch for prayer hands. And as you exhale, releasing those hands right back down towards your heart center. Taking another inhale in. And side out. Inhale, floating those hands right back up towards the sky. Exhale, swan, diving right back down into forward fold. Legs can be straight or knees slightly bent. Inhale, hands to your shins, drawing those shoulders away from your ears. Halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Planting those hands down onto your mat, spreading those fingertips to double check that those fingertips are pressing down. You're going to step that left foot all the way back, making your way into your low lunge. You're going to release that left knee, double checking that that right knee is on top of that right ankle still. You don't want it too far forward or too far back. You're going to plant that left hand down onto the earth. Slowly inhale those right fingertips up to the sky, bringing your gaze up with your hand. Stay here for your exhale. Maybe begin to soften that shoulder away from your ear. Inhale, reaching those fingertips up. Exhale, releasing that right hand right back down towards the earth. You're going to pick that left knee off of the ground. You're going to step that right foot back to meet your left hand, or back into your plank, staying here for a few breaths. Really pressing all 10 fingertips into the earth. Drawing those shoulders away from your ears, keeping those hips nice and lifted, keeping that gaze down so that neck is nice and long. You're going to take a big inhale through your nose, rounding your belly out for the ground. Exhale, belly button towards your spine, getting that heat beginning to build up in your body. And again, inhale in, rounding that belly out, filling your lungs up with as much air as you possibly can. Exhale, belly button to spine, pressing those hands as deep into the earth as you can. One last time, deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, belly button to spine. Take another inhale in. As you exhale, gently release those knees, untuck those toes, keeping those elbows in near those rib cage. You're going to release that chest and that chin, releasing those hips down, pressing the tops of your feet into your mat, double checking that both of your hands are aligned beneath those shoulders. You're going to inhale, leading with the crown of your head for cobra. Exhale, slowly release right back down. You're going to inhale, pressing yourself up into tabletop. Tuck those toes, exhale those hips all the way up for the sky. And begin to soften those heels down for downward facing dog. Now begin to close those eyes. Take about 3 to 4 breaths here. You can begin to pedal out those feet, shake out your hips. You can do whatever feels best in your body. Begin to sway that head side to side, so that neck is nice and soft. Double checking you're pressing all 10 fingertips into your mat. Softening those elbows, keep aiming that tailbone up for the sky. On your next inhale, take a deep inhale through your nose. Cleansing breath, audible exhale out. as you inhale, come all the way up onto those tippy toes, the very best that you can. Bringing your gaze up towards the top of your mat, and as you exhale, slowly walking those feet up to those wrists. This time, bring your big toes to touch space between those heels. Inhale your hands to your shins for your halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Keeping those hands planted onto the ground, you're going to step that right foot all the way back, making your way to low lunge. Releasing that right knee. Double checking that that left knee is over that left ankle. You're going to plant that right hand down. Inhale those left fingertips up towards the sky. Stay here as you exhale, softening that left shoulder. Taking another inhale in. Maybe sighing it out. On your next exhale, you're going to gently release that left hand down to the mat. Pick that right knee off the ground. Step that left foot back to meet your right to enter back into your plank, staying nice and strong here. Hips lifted, shoulders away from your ears. Gaze down towards the mat so that neck is nice and long. Taking a deep inhale in, inside out. On your next exhale, you're going to gently release those knees, untuck those toes, keeping those elbows in, releasing that chest and that chin, releasing those hips, pressing the tops of your feet into your mat, double checking those hands are beneath those shoulders. As you inhale, you're going to lead with the crown of your head for cobra. Staying here as you exhale, hovering those hands off the ground, keeping those shoulder blades to touch. Taking another deep inhale in. Stay here for your exhale. One last time. Inhale in. Exhale, releasing all the way down towards your mat. When you are ready, gently press yourself up into a tabletop. Tuck those toes. Exhale those hips up towards the sky. Releasing those heels down for downward facing dog. Taking a deep inhale in. Side out, reminding yourself of who or what did you dedicate your practice to. And when you are ready, as you inhale, come all the way up onto those tippy toes, bringing your gaze up towards the top of your mat and beginning to walk those feet up as you exhale. Big toes to touch, space between those heels. Inhale your hands to your shins for your halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Bending those knees, shifting your weight into your heels. As you inhale, slowly roll that spine up. Shoulders to ears, that head gently coming up last. Slowly inhaling those hands all the way up towards the sky. Bringing those palms to touch for prayer hands. And exhale those hands right back down towards your heart center. And when you are ready, inhale, slowly floating those hands right back up towards the sky. Exhale, swan, diving right back down into forward fold, leading with that heart. Inhale, hands to your shins, halfway lift. Exhale, planting those hands down, stepping that left foot all the way back, making your way into low lunge, double checking right knee over that right ankle, planting those hands down. You're going to step that right foot back to meet your left to enter back into your plank. You have another option here. You can go into knees, chest, chin, just how we did previously, or on your next exhale, you're going to begin to release that entire body down as one unit, untucking those toes, keeping those elbows in, pressing the tops of your feet into your mat. Inhale, leading with the crown of your head for cobra. Exhale down. You have another option here. You can make your way into tabletop and then downward facing dog, or you can tuck those toes, take an inhale in here, and as you exhale, leading with your hips, press yourself right back up into plank. And then on your next exhale, sending those hips up towards the sky, releasing those heels down for downward facing dog. Now take about 2 to 3 breaths here. If you wish to not be in down dog, gently releasing those knees down to your mat, bringing those big toes to touch. Bringing your forehead down, extending those arms forward for child's pose. This is your practice, so do whatever feels best in your body at this very moment. 2 more breaths. Slowing that breath down just a bit. Maybe you're feeling all heated. If you're in child's pose, begin to gently make your way right back into a tabletop, aligning those wrists beneath those shoulders, tucking those toes, exhaling those hips right back up towards the sky. And if you are in down dog, on your next inhale, begin to come all the way up onto those tippy toes, the very best that you can, bringing your gaze towards the top of the mat. And as you exhale, walking those feet right back up. Big toes to touch, space between those heels. Inhale, hands to your shins for a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Planting those hands down. You're going to step that right foot all the way back into your low lunge. Double checking left knee over that left ankle. Keeping those hands down, stepping that left foot back to meet your right center back into our plank. You have an option here, knees, chest, chin, and cobra, or on your next exhale, releasing all the way down towards earth in 1 unit. Pressing the tops of your feet into your mat. Inhale, leading with the crown of your head for cobra. Exhale, right back down. Tucking those toes. On your next exhale, knees, chest, chin. As you exhale, making your way into tabletop, then down dog, or pressing yourself right back up into plank. And then exhale those hips up, releasing those heels down to your mat. You're gonna inhale, bringing your gaze all the way up. Exhale, walking those feet up. Big toes to touch, space between those heels. Inhale, hands to your shins for your halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Bending your knees, getting ready for chair pose here. You're gonna shift your weight into your heels. On your next inhale, you're gonna swipe your fingertips along the mat, all the way up towards the sky. And as you exhale, sitting back and down, squeezing those thighs and those knees to touch, bringing your gaze down to double check that you can see all 10 toes past your knees. Either bringing those arms up so those biceps are hugging your ears, or extending those arms out nice and long. Taking a deep inhale in. Exhale, sitting back and down just a bit more. 2 more breaths. Inhale in. Exhale a little bit deeper. 1 more time. Inhale. Take another inhale through your nose. Bringing those palms to touch for prayer hands. And as you exhale, bringing your hands down towards your heart center and folding forward right back into forward fold. Inhale, hands to your shins for halfway lift. Exhale, planting those hands down, stepping that left foot all the way back. Double checking that that right knee's aligned over that right ankle. Double checking that that left foot is firmly planted into your mat and your left leg is very strong and activated. As you inhale, you're going to sweep those hands up towards the sky for high lunge. Exhale, exhale. Milk those hips. Double checking that knee staying over that ankle. Maybe bringing a soft bend to that left knee so that tailbone is shooting down. Releasing those shoulders away from your ears, standing strong and tall. When you are ready, you're going to take that right hand, reach for that left wrist, lengthening that left arm. Take a big inhale through your nose here. Exhale towards the right. Maybe gently bring that gaze up. Inhale right back to center. Exhale those hands. On your next exhale, you're going to gently plant that left heel down, blossom right open into warrior 2. Bringing your gaze over that right middle finger, double checking that that right knee is going towards that pinky toe, not falling inward. Bringing that right thigh as parallel with the earth as you can. Bring those shoulder blades to touch. That gaze over that middle finger. Inhale, shifting forward, flipping that palm. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Inhale, lengthening that right arm. Exhale, right back to warrior two. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, right forearm over that right thigh. Inhale, those left fingertips up towards the sky. Stay here for your exhale for extended side angle. You can keep that left hand where it is or on your next exhale, gently extend that left arm up and over your head. So that left bicep is hugging your left ear. Keep drawing that left shoulder back, keeping that right thigh parallel with earth, making sure you're not putting all that weight into that right arm. And when you are ready, gently return right back to warrior two. Inhale, shifting forward, flipping that palm. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Big inhale in here. Exhale, cartwheeling those hands right back down towards your mat. Returning into your low lunge, planting that left hand down onto the ground. Inhale those right fingertips up towards the sky. Stay here as you exhale, softening that shoulder away from your ear. Beautiful. Take another inhale in here. Exhale that right hand down. You're going to step that right foot towards the back of your mat. Now I've taken you through two ways to flow through your vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, cobra. Your plank down to the ground into cobra. You can do either one of those. Or if you feel like you are ready to try chaturanga, you're going to inhale, slightly shifting that weight forward. Exhale, keeping those elbows into 90 degree. Untuck those toes. Inhale, dropping those shoulders down, bringing that gaze forward. And as you exhale, you're going to tuck those toes. Bring those hips up towards the sky. Releasing those heels down to your mat. We're going to take about 4 to 5 breaths here. You can stay in down dog if you'd like, or you can release those knees to enter right back into child's pose. And again, this is your practice, so do whatever feels best in your body. Taking this time to slow that breath down, maybe releasing a sigh, reminding yourself of your intention. If you are in child's pose, begin to gently make your way right back up into downward facing dog. And if you are in down dog, release your sigh out. At the top of your mat, and as you exhale, walking those feet all the way up, bringing big toes to touch, space between those heels. Inhale your hands to your shins to create that halfway lift. Keeping that gaze down, setting your tailbone towards the back of the room. And then exhale, forward fold. When you are ready, you're going to begin to step that right foot all the way back into your low lunge. Double checking, left knee is over that left ankle. Your right leg is nice and activated and strong. When you are ready, inhale those hands all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, melting those hips. Bringing a soft bend into that knee. Pulling that right hip forward, sending that left hip back so those hips are nice and squared towards the top of your mat. Double checking that left leg is nice and parallel with the earth. When you are ready with that left hand, reaching for that right wrist. Inhale, lengthening that right arm. Exhale towards the left. Keeping that bend in the knee. Inhale, right back up to center. Exhale, releasing your hands. Take another deep inhale through your nose. And when you are ready, exhale, planting that right heel down, blossoming right open into warrior two. Bringing those shoulder blades to touch. Bringing that gaze over that left middle finger. Double checking that that left knee is over your left ankle and that knee is going towards the pinky toe. Nice and strong here. Beautiful. Inhale, shifting forward, flipping that palm. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Inhale, lengthening that left arm, reaching tall. Exhale, right back into warrior two. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, left forearm on top of that left thigh. Inhale, those right fingertips up towards the sky. Staying here, or exhale that right hand up and over. Double checking that that right shoulder is stacked on top of that left. You're not putting all that weight into your left arms. You're reaching for the other side of the room with those right fingertips, keeping that right leg nice and strong, and most importantly, breathing. When you are ready, take a deep inhale in. Exhale right back into warrior two. Inhale, shifting forward, flipping that palm. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Inhale, lengthening that left arm. Exhale, beginning to cartwheel those hands right back down into a low lunge. Planting those hands down, stepping that left foot back to meet your right. Finding whichever way you would like to flow through your vinyasa. I'm gonna guide you through chaturanga. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, elbows in 90 degrees. Untuck those toes. Inhale, dropping those shoulders down. Gaze forward, both of those legs off your rear mat. Tuck those toes. Exhale, those hips up. Melting those heels down. Let's do a cleansing breath here. Deep inhale through your nose. Side out. Softening those shoulders. Maybe swing your head to double check that your neck is nice and soft. Maybe pedaling out those feet. A few more breaths here. And when you are ready, begin to gently release those knees down to your mat and make your way down to an easy seat. Begin to bring those legs out long in front of you. You're gonna point those toes up towards the sky, maybe keeping a soft bend in those knees. You're gonna lengthen that spine. Inhale, floating both hands all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hinging from those hips, either reaching for those feet, for your toes, for your ankles, or for your calves. Inhale in here, pointing your chin towards your toes. And exhale, beginning to fold forward. Inhale, lengthening that spine as long as you can. And releasing a sigh, noticing you may melt a little closer to your shins or your legs. Staying here for a few breaths. And on your next exhale, gently walk those hands right back in. You're gonna bring the soles of your feet to touch. You're gonna keep those feet about one palm print away from your pelvis. You're gonna plant those hands around those ankles. You're gonna inhale, lengthening that spine nice and long. And as you exhale, begin to hinge from those hips, using those elbows to press against those inner thighs. Taking a deep inhale in here. And side out. Folding forward, finding the appropriate edge in your body. This is as far as I can go. Just imagining those knees falling closer to the earth with each exhale that you release. Maybe noticing where you may feel where it's tight in those hips or those thighs. Keeping those shoulders away from those ears. And whenever you are ready, on your next exhale, gently making your way right back, bringing those hands to those knees, bringing those knees to touch, planting those feet in front of you, releasing those forearms down to begin to recline back onto your mat. You're going to extend both of those legs long. You're going to begin to bring that right knee in towards your chest. You're going to bring that right arm out to a T with your palm facing up towards the sky. With that left hand, you're going to grab a hold of that right knee, taking a deep inhale through your nose here. And as you exhale, slowly guiding that knee over to the left as you slowly bring your gaze over to the right. Big inhale through your nose, filling your lungs up with as much air as you possibly can. Slow, audible exhale out. Continuing to slow your breath down. Maybe with each exhale, noticing that right hip stack over your left just a little bit more. Keeping that right shoulder glued into your mat the very best that you can. On your next exhale, gently returning that right knee back to the center of your chest. Planting that right foot down and then extending it long against the earth. Inhale that left knee in, bringing that left arm out to a T. Bringing that right hand to that left knee, taking a deep inhale through your nose here. Exhale, guiding that knee to the right as you bring your gaze over to the left. Grounding that left shoulder into your mat. Slow, audible exhale out, creating a deeper twist in your spine. Reminding yourself of your intention. On your next exhale, very gently and slowly bring that left knee right back into center. Bringing that right knee in to meet your left. Maybe swaying from side to side to massage that lower back. Or creating small circles on the ceiling, going a few times in one direction. And then switching to the opposite side. If there's any last minute poses you would like to flow through before you complete your practice, please go ahead and do so. But if you are ready for your Shavasana, your final resting pose, begin to pick those shoulders off the ground, wrapping your arms around your shins, bringing your forehead to your knees the very best that you can. Taking a deep inhale through your nose here, squeezing all the air that you can squeeze into those lungs. Squeezing yourself into this tiny, tiny little ball of energy. And then exhale, releasing your entire body down to your mat. Spreading out those legs and those arms, taking up as much space as you possibly can. You can stay like this, or you can find any other position that you'd like to complete your practice in. Either both of those feet on top of your mat. With those knees falling in towards one another, you can bring the soles of your feet to touch and releasing those knees to the ground for a supine bound angle. However you would like to complete your practice. But if you're ready, get any last wiggles and shimmies out of your body. Begin to close your eyes, bringing your awareness right back down to your lower belly. Bringing your gaze right back to your third eye, located right between your eyebrows. Begin to soften your entire face, maybe scrunching your forehead a few times. Beginning to unclench your jaw, removing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Feeling your eyelids become heavy. Feeling your eyes fall to the back of your head. Beginning to notice your shoulders have become heavy, your biceps, your elbows, your wrist, and your hand, all becoming heavy, rooted into your mat. Bringing your awareness right back down to your lower belly. Beginning to take a deep inhale through your nose here, rounding your belly up for the sky. Inside out, feeling your entire upper body become soft and light. Being aware of your glutes and your hips, your thighs, your knees, your shins, and your feet. Taking a deep inhale through your nose, rounding that belly up. Side out. feeling your legs become grounded into the earth beneath you. Then noticing your feet, your ankles, your knees, your hips, your belly, your hands and your elbows, your shoulders, and even your heart, maybe feeling a warmth in your heart. Noticing your entire face nice and soft, right back to your third eye. One last deep inhale through your nose, rounding that belly up for the sky. Sigh it out. Returning your breath back to its natural breath, gently flowing in through your nose and flowing right back out. Noticing your body feels light, soft, calm, and grounded into the earth beneath you. Staying here for as long as you need. But if you are ready to bring awareness back to your breath, begin to take a deep inhale through your nose, rounding the belly up for the sky. Slow, audible exhale out. Staying here for as long as you need to. Or if you're ready to bring awareness back to your body, gently and slowly begin to wiggle those fingers and those toes, swiping your thumb across each fingertip. Very gently and slowly swaying your head from side to side, taking your time. No need to rush. Moving at your own pace. Beginning to roll up those wrists and those ankles. Or staying exactly where you are. Staying here, or if you are ready, begin to bring your arms up and over your head, pointing your toes to create one nice, big, long body stretch. Staying right here or wherever you may be, or if you are ready, gently rolling on over to your left or your right in fetal position, using your bicep as your pillow, keeping those eyes closed. Staying here for a few breaths to allow your body to fully awaken back up. If you feel ready, Begin to gently press yourself right back up into an easy seat, keeping those eyes closed. Bringing those palms to touch for prayer hands, bringing your hands down to your heart center. Maybe pressing your thumbs into your sternum to see if you can feel your heartbeat here. One last breath together, taking a deep inhale through your nose and sighing it out. First, I want you to thank yourself for taking this time to move your body, focus your breath, and to just be here on your mat. Secondly, I want to thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice and for sharing your practice with me. My soul honors your soul. I honor the place in you where the entire universe lives. I honor the light, the love, the truth, and the beauty within you because it is also within me. Namaste. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, a great rest of your day. Thank you.